McDonald's at Burger I'm just so guilty, but I've been going to McDonald's again lately. Like I hadn't eaten fast food in a really long time, and then I've been out. Like I work pretty far from home, and then I also play shows in the same city I work. So after work, I just have been going there for like a week. Not every day, but yeah. Jigglypuff. Definitely. Put fools to sleep. Next one, I've kind of had this idea for like a year or so of having like a really ambient, like soundscapey beat side, and then having more heavy stuff like the Jigglypuff beat on the other side, like more like kind of funny, like lighthearted stuff. And like originally I was gonna do it with the collective, and it was pretty much all planned out and somewhat recorded, and then a friend of mine approached me about like a new label he's starting called New Los Angeles, and yeah, he just invited me to be a part of the beginnings of that. So we kind of put it on the back burner for a little bit. So I had a lot of time to like recharge batteries, and I actually went back and kind of redid the whole thing. The same concept though, like lots of beats on one side and lots of soundscapey stuff on the other, but working with him gave me like almost another year to like get that down so that it flows like fluidly. So I don't know, what can you expect? It's like the best of both worlds, I guess. Like it's not too ambient on one side and it's not like too beat heavy on the other. So I think people who are into like post rock will definitely appreciate like the front side, and people who are into beats will be able to appreciate the other side, like primarily. But I think there's going to be some good crossover. Like some people who usually don't listen to ambient stuff, I think will be able to enjoy like that side of it, and vice versa. Like people who are into Explosions of the Sky and stuff, I'm hoping will be able to enjoy the beat side, because I kind of tried to put it all together. Yeah, outside of electronic music, I would say like Minus the Bear, RX Bandit, Circus Survive, Explosions in the Sky, like all that kind of, there's a lot of guitar-based stuff. Like I'm a guitarist, like mostly, and then I started doing electronic stuff much later in music, and I try to keep what I learned from the guitar world like always relevant in the electronic world. Yeah, and then inside electronic music, I really look up to Shlomo a lot, because him and I have a really similar background musically. We're both blues guitarists, and he was able to implement like blues guitar in a way that like made sense with beat music, and he's like the only person I know that has done that to that perfection, I guess. So I really look up to him and what he does, and I look up to Rosh G a lot for his really explosive, like, his music. A lot of people say this, but it's seriously true. It sounds like your speakers are gonna blow up. Like when you're listening to it, it sounds like he's messing up your speakers, but like you trust him and you know he's not. It's just how it sounds. Like it just has this really raw like aesthetic, and I think it's really important to have in electronic music is this organic side of things that a lot of people, they like overproduce it so much where it's like it just sounds like a computer. But with those two artists, especially Rosh G, it sounds like a person, like a human being. It doesn't sound like a computer outputting songs, outputting music. So I really look up to that kind of thing. I'm Repeated Measures, and I got the juice.